My whole motivation, and still is, was passion. And I'm practicing 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, with a program involving a stretching and warm-up and juggling, and then an hour and a half, 2 hours on the wire. So those 3 hours daily keep me alive and feverish and impatient in between my high wire walks. At an early age, around 20 years old, I realized the world was not interested in this young, self-taught, self-proclaimed tightrope walker. So I took by surprise the city of Paris by putting a high wire illegally between the two towers of Notre Dame. And then I thought, well, let's conquer the world, let's visit the world. I found myself in Australia doing a tour as a street juggler, and just a few days before to go back to Paris, I look at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, then the largest steel arch bridge in the world, and I improvised, not speaking English, not knowing anybody, not having any money, and here I was. For me, what I remember with intense elation is the mix between the very intimate performance, me and the wire, me and the towers, me and New York and America, and the very public one, which ended up virtually all over the world. The heart of the matter, what I did on the wire. I think we live in a world today of so many images, so much information, fleeting, ephemeral. And I think my performance will be probably less seen, although it will be more photographed and videotaped with a little telephone. But I think the purity at the time was also a purity in the audience. I think people were more observing, more naive, more maybe poet in their soul. So I live in the sky, and it's nice to look up, to forget the world and to look up and to be inspired by the passing by wire walker. So for the first time of my life, I created these master classes. I just did 3 of them, and I now know that those master classes will continue all my life. I have only 6 students whom I choose. I don't want anybody. I want to be able to, I have a little questionnaire. What are your favorite books? What music do you like? Why do you want to take my master class? Those classes are not to really become a wire walker. If you want, go to the local circus school. But those classes are for me to open doors and to bring people briefly for 2 days in the world of the wire walker. And so far, it's a total success in the sense that I was the happiest man on earth, and in the sense that all my students came to me after 2 days and said, you changed our life, nothing is impossible anymore, I look at life with a different passion, and you're a great teacher, and let's continue. As I develop as a young wire walker my passion, and I start working all over the world, I developed a kinship with architecture and the history of building and engineering, and I fell in love. I fell in love with the Gothic cathedral, obviously, and I am an artist in residence of the Cathedral Saint John the Divine in New York. Life should be lived on the edge of life. There is this little line saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking too much space. I am in the prime of my life at the moment. I have so many projects, and I refuse to slow down, and I refuse to stop. So I hope I see you at the next high wire walk.